Hi there. Do we have a fun comparison test for you today? That is the all-new 2024 Ford Mustang GT. Hats off to Ford, because in the age of electrification, they're still releasing an all-new vehicle that has a high-revving V8, a manual transmission, and rear-wheel drive. All the things that enthusiasts crave. And because it's a 2024 model year car, that means you'll be able to buy it new through at least 2032. On the other hand, this is the Dodge Challenger Shakedown. It's the end of the line for the Challenger, and that makes some sense. The design's over a decade old, so's the engine, so's the transmission, but the mentality behind this thing goes all the way back to the 1960s. This is the last pure muscle car on sale today. The question becomes, which one of these two all-American icons should you buy? Let's find out. In a minute, we're gonna find out if the new Mustang is mechanically any better than the old Mustang. But in terms of design, I can tell you, it's a step backwards. In fact, it's a step backwards and a step sideways. Say whatever else you want about Mustangs, they've always looked cool. And this one doesn't. This grille, that looks like a rejected Volvo design. And then when they realized it, they quickly struggled to put two, big nostrils on the front end. And that looks like a Ram pickup truck. I don't get it. Headlights. Mustangs have big eyes, big round eyes. And this one, they're squished, and there's 3 bulbs in them. 3 bulbs, that's like a Citroen SM or those aliens in the vending machine in Toy Story. You look at the side, hey, it looks a lot better, but it's pretty easy to make a 2-door coupe look good, especially a rear drive one. However, from the B-pillar back, this screams Chevy Camaro. It looks just like the 6th gen Camaro, but it's got a Ford badge. Why? Out back, it's a bit better, the taillights graphically, it looks like a Mustang, cool, but then it's got that weird boomerang indent. It's like half a camback on the trunk lid. Strained. I mean, the wing's cool. I like the tailpipes. I like the diffuser. But overall, I just really feel this design is a missed opportunity for Ford. As for the design of the Dodge Challenger, it rocks. Look, when you have that long to play with the design of a car, you can make it look cooler and cooler and cooler. And this final iteration, the Shakedown Challenger, it's one of the best looking ones yet. It's got the shaker hood. That's that big air intake sticking up out of the center of the hood. It's got the cool stripes. Admittedly, a little cheese ball there on top of the paint, but whatever. Hood pins. Who doesn't love hood pins? Cooler than the hood pins are the air intakes in the headlights, just like the Hellcat. Plus, this is a wide body. Plus, look at those wheels. They are gorgeous. So yeah, the Dodge Challenger is one of the best retro mod designs I've ever seen. Hat tip to Ralph Gilles and his team. It's just killer. Look at this thing. It's sinister, it's imposing, it's everything you want a muscle car to look like. Just cool. All right, I'm driving the new Mustang GT. As far as the interior goes, don't like the seats. You can get Recaros. I haven't sat in them, but they have to be better than these. One of the things that people made a big deal about when they announced the new Mustang is because it's got this huge curved screen, you can do all kinds of different digital gauges, including Fox Body Mustang gauges. That said, while they're kind of cool, the actual real gauges on the Challenger, I would argue, are cooler. Back to not cool, this handbrake. I'm sorry, it's not a real handbrake. It's an electric parking brake that is fashioned to look like a handbrake. On that. Look, the Mustang is a nice, modern, luxurious interior. Some people will scream about the giant screen. I happen to like it. Talking about the interior of the Dodge Challenger Shakedown here, and let me tell you, I had a Hellcat Charger in 2016 for a year. This interior, identical. Nothing has changed. And, it's not that high quality. The carbon fiber, fake. The leather, suspect. The screen, small, especially by today's standards. And yet, it's just so great in this car. I love it. I feel at home. And part of that is I'm sitting on a lazy boy. No, really, these are probably the largest, most comfortable seats in the automotive kingdom. I could complain about certain things, but who's gonna listen? As far as actually driving the Mustang goes, it's a confused car. It's not sure what it wants to be. Am I a muscle car? Am I a sports car? So, like, it's a sports car that handles really well with completely numb steering. It's a muscle car that has an insanely long third gear. I'm still in third, I'm still in third, I'm still in third. You'll never get to fourth on a racetrack. So in other words, it has no torque. It's not great as a track car. So I don't know, it sounds awesome, doesn't go that quick. I should also mention the brakes on the new Mustang are fantastic. Hats off to Ford for giving the car the stopping power it has always desired, has always yearned for. I've yearned for, we've all yearned for. It's just, are you a luxury coupe? Are you a GT? Are you a sports car? No one's sure, least of all the Mustang itself. As for performance, the question isn't why does this thing understeer or why aren't the brakes more powerful? No, the question is, after all these years, why are we still taking Challengers on racetracks? No, really, I went on the launch of this thing in 2010 at Sears Point, and it made no sense then. And now at the end of 2023, it still makes no sense. But get this thing pointed straight. You open up that big fat V8 and you let the automatic transmission do what it's good at, and that's upshifting. And man, do you have a car that knows exactly what it is and exactly what it's supposed to be doing. That's what I like about it so much, is there's no confusion. It's not trying to have one foot in two different worlds. It's just a big dumb muscle car, and there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, has any car ever been more at home going in a straight line? I don't think so. I gotta admit, I'm having a hard time picking a winner between these two. Why? They're just both fantastic. I mean, they're loud, they're silly, they're juvenile, they're fun, they make you smile. It's what we want cars to be. And I think we're running into a heart versus mind type situation, because intellectually, Ford has built the better car. In every way you can measure a vehicle, the Mustang is better, including miles per gallon. Not that anyone buying these two cares, but it is true. On the other hand, the heart wants what the heart wants. And man, that Challenger is just so desirable. If it were my money, I would go with the Dodge. It's not my money we're talking about, it's your money. And I have to advise you to do the right thing, to buy the better car. And that's why the winner of this MotorTrend comparison test is the 2024 Ford Mustang GT. But man, I like that Challenger.